Hi everyone, welcome to day 26 of my 30 days SQL challenge series where I solve data analyst and business analyst interview question for SQL. Today we'll be solving one of the hard category questions that was asked in Amazon data analyst interview. So let's see the question first. Suppose you have two tables, one is orders tables, one is returns tables. Order table has the information about the orders of the customers and the return table has the information about the returns item. So design a SQL query to find the top 5 customer with the highest percentage of return item out of their total orders. So return the customer ID and the percentage of return item rounded by 2 decimal. So let's go ahead and see the table. So first table that we have, which is orders tables, we have order ID, customer ID, order date, and the total item number of item they have basically ordered. Now let's check the second table, which is return table. In the return table we have return ID, order ID, and then we have return date and the return items, basically total number of items they have returned. But we do not have customer ID in this return table, but we can see that both the table has the same column ID, which is order date. So let's go ahead and see the things that we need to basically solve this problem. So first it says this return the customer ID. So first we need to return customer ID, what we want to return first, and then we need to basically find the total number of orders by each customers, right? So total items ordered by each customer, right? Each customer, and then we need like the total number of item returned by each customers, right? So we need same total items returned by each customer, right? Other than that, how do you find the return percentage? So for example, if you ordered like 4 product from Amazon and if you return 2 product, then you what is your percentage of return? Which is going to be 50%. Because why? Because you have ordered 4 product and out of 4 you have returned the 50%, which is almost the 2 product. So how do you get 50%? You can just divide 2 by 4 and multiply with 100. So basically if you just multiply with 100, you get the return percentage. So basically we will find the return percentage in this query, which is going to be total item return divided by total item ordered. So if I just say total item ordered, and then if I just multiply by 100, I will be getting the percentage of return for each customers, right? So let's go ahead and start writing our query. So first we need the customer's ID. That's going to be select customer ID, and then we need total order, right? This is what we need, which is total ordered. So we will be doing a sum of if I just show you the table again, in the table we have the total items ordered. So you can do sum of this column and group by the customer ID. That's how we'll be getting the total item ordered for each customer. So I will say that sum of total items ordered, right? And name it as like total items ordered. Now if I just do a group by and select the table name, which is orders, and do a group by, which is going to be group by the customer ID. Now if I just go ahead and run this query, it should basically give us the customer ID and their total number of unit they have basically ordered, right? This is the first thing that I needed, which is total item ordered. Now what we need, the total return for the same customer. So we can use the same logic this time for the second query, which is going to be select. Now I will need again customer ID because I want to see the return of each customer. So I will say select customer ID, and then I will say what I need from the return table. So let's go ahead and see. Let's see the return table again. Okay, so in the return table I have the return ID, order ID, return date, customer, basically return items. So I need these items. So I will say items return. Okay, so I'll say return items and name it as like total items returned, right? So now if I just go ahead this from returns tables, the table name is returns. Now the thing is that this customer ID, this doesn't exist in the returns table, right? But it exists in the orders tables, and they both the table have the same column, which is order ID. So basically we can perform an inner join with both the table orders and return, because each order ID has a customer ID in the orders table, right? So we need to just get the customer ID from the orders table. So to do that we will just perform a join, which we call as inner join, and inner join with orders. So this orders table I'll be giving it name as O, So I'm just giving it alias as O, and return table I will be just giving it alias as R. Now this customer ID I'm getting from which table, which is order table, because in this return table we do not have it. Now we have performed a join. Now I'm getting it from the orders table, and this sum of this return items I'm getting from the return table. So I'll just give it name, which is r dot return. So I'm getting this return item from this return table, and this customer ID I'm getting from the orders table. Now how we are joining? We are joining on the conditions of order ID of return table equals to order ID of basically the orders table. So we'll see order ID of r dot order ID, which means return table order ID equals to order table order ID. Now we have performed the join between these two tables. So let's go ahead and see the query, how it looks like if we have the things that we need. Oops, there's an issue with the select. Let's just check select. Okay, so we have select customer ID. Oops, I have selected both the query. I just need to select this one. Okay, let's just go ahead and select only this one. Ordered one must appear. Okay, sorry, I did not do group by, because I need to do a group by this customer ID, because I want to see for each customer's total numbers of return, right? So for that I need to do a group by. So if I do a group by, now I can see for each customers I have the total number of item they have returned. Now we already have the things that we need to basically solve this problem. So we have the total item ordered by each customer and total item returned by each customer. So we simply need to basically combine these two tables, and then we can join these two tables based on the same column, which is customer ID, in both the table. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. We can use the CTE, which calls common table expressions. So we call say seat with. This is the syntax for CTE. So this CTE, this table I will name it as like with orders dot CTE dash CTE. So I'm just giving it name for this one, and the syntax go with this S, and there would be a like brackets. So inside the brackets I just need to put the query. So I have done that. So now let's select the second table, which is going to be, I'll just need to give a comma here. So I'll say comma. Now I'll just give a name of the second table, which is going to be return dash CTE, and I'll just give it S, and then I'll just need to give a bracket. Inside the bracket I will just need to put this whole query. Now basically we have already joined both, created two CT. Now I can just simply go ahead and join both the table based on this customer ID column. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's say select what we need to select. So now first I want to select the customer ID. So I'll say the customer ID from this table I will select the first CT. Okay, so I will say customer ID, and that's going to be from orders dash CTE. So from this orders dash CTE I'm basically getting the customer ID. Now I need what are the things I need this total item order from this offer CTE. So that's going to be total item orders, and I'll just select from where I want it from basically the first CTE. So I'll just say first CTE. Okay, and then I need the total item return, which I will be getting it from this second CTE, which the CTE name is return CTE. So I'll say return CTE total item return from this table, which is return CTE. Okay, so I have selected these things. Now I basically need to join this both the CTE based on the same column which they have like customer ID. So I'll say from orders dash CTE join return dash CTE. So I have joined both the table. On what conditions? I need to define the conditions. So the condition is going to be same. So order CTE dot customer ID equals to return dot CTE customer ID, because they both have the same customer ID, right, columns. So if I just join it, I should be basically getting the things that I need. Let's go ahead and run this query. Let me just show you. Now you can see that I already have solved the problem in like I would say 80%. Now I have the customer ID, I have the total item ordered by that customers and total item returned by this customers. Now I just simply need one column in this sections, which will basically give me the percentage of a return. So how I will do that? I'll be basically simply dividing this total return by this total order and multiply 100. That's how I'll be getting the percentage, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll say I need this one, which is going to be, so let me just give some alias to make this query little simple. So I'll just say order city, I'll just name it as like SOC, and return city I'll just name it as RC. Okay, now I can just go ahead and make it instead of whole name I can just say OC, and this one also OC, I'll say OC, and return is basically RC. Okay, this is the alias I have given, and here as well also I'll just make it simple by saying OC, which is going to be OC. That means from the orders city table I'm getting customer ID, and RC is going to be like RC. Okay, so now it's going to be same even if I just run it, you will be getting the same results. So let's just, oops, there's a mistakes near from, I might have deleted something, let me just check. Line 30. Okay, the syntax are from, okay, so it might be here. So I'm saying order city as OC, join return city is RC. So OC.customer ID, RC.customer ID looks fine from my end. Let me just check again. Okay, so the issue is with this OC.customer ID, OC.total item ordered, RC.total item return. Okay, there is a comma I mistakenly put, so I'll just remove that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see that should be giving the same results. Now you can see we're getting the same like total item orders and total item return. So now I just need one column as we discussed earlier. So let's go ahead and see how we can get it. So I can say that I need a column which is going to be like returned divided by the total orders. Okay, and multiply with 100. Okay, so this is what I need, right? If I just go ahead and run it, it will not work because there might be a division error that we will get. Okay, we're not getting, we're only getting 0. Okay, so basically we need to convert this numbers. So like this one, which is total item return, so we'll just convert it into float, and this one also I'll be converting into float. Okay, oops, float. Okay, I have converted this to. Now I will need to do one thing as well. I'll need to use a case statement. So I will say case, because I need to ensure that the return, if the return is 0, so it's going to give me a division error, because see, there is a possible that not all the customer has returned the product, right? There's some customer who has not returned anything, so that will be a null value. So we cannot divide null by the numbers, that is going to be a division error. So I'll just use a case statement here to solve this problem. So I will say case when total item ordered, which is going to be like OC of total item ordered, case will total item ordered greater than 0. Okay, then basically then I want to basically perform this, which is going to be from here to here. So what I'm saying, if this is done, then I just want to check these conditions. If this is not true, okay, so then I need to give an else statement here. So else 0. Okay, then I'll just end this, and as I'll say return percentage. Okay, now I can go ahead and run it. Should basically give us the result. Let me just quickly check. So I'm saying when this order is basically greater than 0, then only check this, which is return total item return divided, which is total item return converted into float, divided by total item ordered converted into float into 100. Okay, else convert into basically 0, and as the return percentage. So I will convert this whole numbers into basically numeric, just to like avoid any division error. So I'll just say convert into a numeric, and if I just run this time, now I should be getting the results. Let's just go ahead and check. Oops, there's an issue. Let me just cross check it. So total return item float, I'll just move it into the same line. So if total order item is greater than 0, which is, then check return item, convert into float, then check with this into 100. Okay, I don't need to give a comma here, so else 0 and end as numeric. Okay, I'll just, now I should, let me just check again. Okay, there's a mistakes in float. Let me just check. Oops, there is basically two there is two this sign I need to keep, so let me just check now. Okay, now I think we already have what we need. So now the first customer has percentage, which is going to be 40%, the return percentage. The second customer is 23%, third is 23%. So these are the return percentage. You can, if you check, the first customer out of 5 he has returned only 2. So the second customer out of 65 return 15, right? So this is how the percentage is calculating. Now we need one more thing, which is this per return percentage we need to be define 2 decimal, because it asks in the questions, if you check, the return percentage item rounded to 2 decimals. So we can just use a round functions here. Okay, let's go ahead and say that how can we can do that. So the whole query I can just put inside round functions. Okay, so I can say round, which is comma 2 decimals. So I want everything by 2 decimals, and I can just put the query. Now I can go ahead and run it. Should basically give us the results. Let's go ahead and see. Yes, this is what we need. Now lastly, what I need to basically I need to basically order this percentage in descending orders, and then limit it to 5 customers, right? So I will say order by this column, which is this whole column name is return percentage in descending order, and limit everything, because I only want to see 5 customers based on this higher percentage of return. So I can just say, let's go ahead and run it now. I will have 5 customers with the higher percentage of return. So this is the results that we basically wanted. So this is how we can solve any type of really complex problem by just breaking the problem into a smaller problems, I would say, and then try to solve each small problem. And that's it for this video. I'm going to conduct a 3 days SQL workshop where I will be teaching each and every topic regarding SQL, that is going to be online. So from the basics to basically intermediate and to advanced level, we will be teaching each and every topic. So starting from the select, where, filter, limit, order by, and then we will move to group by, inner join, left join, outer join, full join, subqueries. And the day 2 we will discuss about the advanced topic like SQL string functions, numeric functions, date functions, views, drop views, and index. In the day 3 we will discuss like self join, cross join. Then we will discuss CTE, window functions, and working with JSON file. And we will also solve 30 days SQL challenges that I have basically took. And other than that, we will work on 2 real-time project, which is going to be Amazon data analysis and hotel booking data analysis, all this using SQL. So all this going to be, so this is going to be a 12-hour workshop that is divided into 3 days. So each day we will spend 4 hours. So if you want to join this workshop, please check the link in the description. For the initial, I'm giving 30% discount. So the price is going to be 700. So the workshop is scheduled for 23rd of March and 24th of March and 26th of March this month. And if you want to join it, please check the link in the description. I have attached a discounted link where you will be getting 30% discount if you are initial 50 students. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. Have a good day.